You doctored the logbook.
Damn it, Kathy!
You coerced the doctor.
Consider yourself in contempt.
Did you order the code red?
You don't have to answer that question.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Criminal Content. My name is Coby. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can stay up to date with all things criminal content over on Instagram too, which is criminal.content. And you can stay up to date with me personally if you want to at Coby Connell on Instagram. So I will see you over there. I'm now gonna watch 1992's A Few Good Men. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't really know any. I know that one line. I know you can't handle the truth. I feel like that's all I know. I know it's Jack Nicholson and Tom Cruise and Demi Moore. So they're the three cast members that I know are in it. So I'm excited to finally sit down and check it out properly. So for the full watch along, head over to our Patreon. And with that, let's get into A Few Good Men. So I think it was nominated for Best Picture in '92. Didn't win, but nominated. So, you know, again, I think it's going to be one of those films that I'm happy to watch and glad that I get to watch with you guys. There's just a few really good films that have slipped by me. This is one of them. Like I said, I know that line, but that's all I got. Oh, this is the film. For a second, I expected it to go Castle Rock Entertainment. Guantanamo Bay. United States Naval Base, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. I was right about the Navy part. Thought it was gonna be like a hazy Reiner film. I thought it was gonna be like a hazing type thing, but that looked kind of serious. Jack Nicholson, Tom Cruise, Demi Moore. Oh, that's it. So they are the three leads. Oh! Kevin Bacon's in it! I love Kevin Bacon so much. And Kevin Pollack, Usual Suspects. Oh, Kiefer Sutherland. That does look cool.
Captain, I'd like to request that it be me who's the attorney. No, I'd like to request that it be I who am assigned. That's confidence inspiring. Captain, I'd like to request that I be the attorney assigned.
That's better.
Dawson and Downey are both recruiting poster Marines, and Santiago was known to be a screw-up. I was thinking it sounded an awful lot like a code red.
Christ.
Someone who can really look into this. In short, Captain, I'd like to suggest that I be the one, that it be me who is assigned.
So close.
Commander, I'd like you to leave the room so we can talk about you behind your back.
Certainly, sir.
She's been working a desk in internal affairs for a little over a year now. She disposed of 3 cases in 2 years. When it comes to trial work, I think...
I know. All passion, no street smarts. Bring her back in.
Should be right by the door. Oh.
Joe.
I meant like standing right there.
You're much too valuable in your present assignment to be wasted on what I'm sure will boil down to a plea bargain and a week's worth of paperwork.
Sir, I think there might be more involved than that.
Don't worry about it. I promise you, Division will assign the right man for the job.
Man.
I'm going to charge him with possession and being under the influence. I'll recommend 30 days in the brig with loss of rank and pay.
It was oregano, Dave. It was $10 worth of oregano. I'll file a motion in limine seeking to obtain an evidentiary ruling in advance. And after that, I'm going to file against pretrial confinement.
All right, so he's the hotshot lawyer.
How's the baby, Sam? There, I think she's getting ready to say her first word any day now.
Huh.
Sorry, I'm late.
All right, Danny, I know you don't have a good excuse, so I won't force you to come up with a bad one.
Thank you, sir.
Downey go into Santiago's room, stuff a rag down his throat, and an hour later, Santiago's dead. Attending physician says the rag was treated with some kind of toxin. Any questions?
The flight to Cuba, was that 0600 in the morning, sir?
Seems important to division that this one be handled by the book, so I'm assigning co-counsel. Any volunteers?
Pollack.
No. So I got a stack of papers on my desk about a mile
Work
high.
with Kathy on this.
I thought he was all like hotshot lawyer on the baseball pitch, but on the baseball diamond. But then he was being sort of an idiot in there. Was he hamming it up, or he?
Daniel Caffey, I was told to meet with,
Maybe he is Kenny Green.
Lieutenant Commander Galloway. Got a briefing?
I'll call you back.
Yeah, he's.
You're the attorney division assigned?
I'm lead counsel to Sam Weinberg.
I have no responsibilities here whatsoever.
Lieutenant, how long have you been in the Navy?
Yeah.
When I petitioned division to have counsel assigned, I was hoping I would be taken seriously.
Commander, Lieutenant Caffey is generally considered the best litigator in our office.
Oh.
One of the people we'll be seeing down there is the barracks CO, Colonel Nathan Jessup. I assume you've heard of him.
Who hasn't?
He's been in the papers lately. He's expected to be appointed Director of Operations and National Security Council.
Really?
Lieutenant, this letter makes it look like your client had a motive to kill Santiago.
Gotcha. And Santiago is...
Oh my gosh.
The victim.
I'll get them to drop the conspiracy and conduct unbecoming. 12 years.
You haven't talked to a witness or looked at a piece of paper.
Pretty impressive, huh? Commander, do you have some sort of jurisdiction here that I should know about?
My jurisdiction's pretty much in your face. Read the letters. I'll expect a report when you return from Cuba.
Oh, he's annoying me.
Tell your friend not to get cute down there. The Marines in Guantanamo are fanatical
About what?
about being Marines.
Yeah.
My name is PFC William T. Santiago. I just need to be transferred out of RSC. I'm willing to provide you information about
illegal fence line shooting.
Jack Nicholson's voice.
Who the is PFC William T. Santiago?
Private Santiago's a member of 2nd Platoon Bravo, sir.
How young Kiefer is.
Well, apparently he's not very happy down here. And now he's telling tales about a fence line shooting.
I think Santiago should be transferred off the base immediately.
Oh, this is before. He's not dead yet.
Wait, I've got a better idea. Get me the president on the phone. We're surrendering our position in Cuba.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute, Tom. Maybe we should consider this for a second. Dismiss, Tom.
Yes, sir.
Maybe, and I'm just spitballing here, maybe we have a responsibility to train Santiago. Yes, I'm certain that I read that somewhere once. Santiago stays where he is. We're gonna train the lad. We went to the academy together, but I've been promoted up through the chain. That's a source of tension, embarrassment for you. I don't give a shit. Don't ever question my orders in front of another officer.
Oof. Yeah, that Matthew guy's, is he in Arlington Road? I feel like he's in something, I feel like he's in Arlington Road, maybe. Yeah. He's in something being terroristy.
I wanted to talk to you about Corporal Dawson and Private Downey.
Say again?
Dawson and Downey?
He's infuriating.
Yeah, so Dawson and Downey, right.
And I wouldn't be doing my job if I allowed Dawson and Downey to spend any more time in prison than necessary.
Wow. I'm sexually aroused, Commander. Well, I appreciate your interest and admire your enthusiasm. I think I can handle things myself.
You know what a code red is?
Nope.
What a pity.
Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
You don't have to call me sir. Is this your signature?
Sir, yes, sir.
Certainly don't need to do it twice in one sentence. What's a garden variety code red?
Sir, a Marine refuses to bathe on a regular basis. The men in his squad would give him a GI shower.
Were you there when the ambulance got there?
Yes, sir, that's when we were taken under arrest.
Santiago's letter to the NIS said you fired illegally. The guy, the mirror, he never made a move.
Mm-hmm.
If Santiago didn't have anything on you, then why did you give him a code red?
Because he broke the chain of command, sir. Unit, Corps, God, Country.
Country's last.
The government wants to charge you two with murder. And you want me to go to the prosecutor with Unit, Corps, God, Country?
That's our code, sir.
It's your code. Harold, I think there's a concept you better start warming up to.
Sir?
I'm the only friend you've got.
He's not being unfriendly, though. He's being militant about it and answering the way that they're trained to. I didn't think that he was answering everything. Hey!
Let's hope for Dawson and Downey's sake you practice law better than you play softball.
Unfortunately for Dawson and Downey, I don't do anything better than I play softball.
Huh.
What do you know about code reds?
We off the record.
Tell me.
Mm-hmm.
The platoon commander, Lieutenant Jonathan Kendrick, held a meeting with the men and specifically told them not to touch Santiago.
Who said specifically not to touch him? Because the meeting we saw with Jack Nicholson was like, train him.
Commander?
You can call me Joanne.
Joe, if you ever speak to a client of mine again without my permission, I have you disbarred.
I had authorization.
From where?
Jenny Miller, his aunt on his mother's side.
You got authorization from Aunt Jenny?
I'm going to Cuba with you tomorrow.
And the hits just keep on coming.
What goes around comes around.
Can't beat him, join him.
At least I got my help. Not if I see you first.
Just saying after saying.
Jack Ross came to see me today. He offered me the 12 years.
Oh, that's what you wanted, right?
I know, and I guess I'll take it. I'll take it.
Oh, so Kevin Bacon's the prosecutor. He's gonna be in the whole trial, I hope.
Don't forget to wear the whites. Very hot down there.
I don't like the whites.
Nobody likes the whites. But we're going to Cuba. You got Dramamine?
Dramamine keeps you cool? I get sick when I fly because I'm afraid of crashing into a large mountain. I don't think Dramamine will help.
I got some oregano. I hear that works pretty good.
Ross said the strangest thing to me. He said the platoon commander, Lieutenant Jonathan Kendrick, had a meeting with the men and specifically told them not to touch Santiago. I never mentioned Kendrick. I don't even know who he is.
Is Kendrick Jack Nicholson? Oh yeah, they're not gonna fly commercial. They're gonna take a little military plane for just them. Commercial to Guantanamo. Got it.
Yeah, I got some camouflage jackets in the Jeep, sirs. I suggest you both put them on. The Cubans see an officer wearing white. They think it might be someone they want to take a shot at. Good call, Sam. We'll just hop on the ferry. We'll be there in no time.
Whoa, hold it. We gotta take a boat?
Yes, sir. To get to the other side of the bay.
Nobody said anything about a boat.
Is there a problem, sir?
Now he wants his Dramamine.
Jesus Christ, Cappy, you're in the Navy for crying out loud.
Nobody likes her very much.
That's Noah Wiley from like old school ER.
Nathan Jessup, come on in.
Thank you, sir. Daniel Caffey, I'm the attorney for Dawson
Oh
County.
no, so that's not.
Sir? This is my XO, Colonel Markinson, and platoon leader, Lieutenant Kendrick.
That's Kendrick. Okay. It's Kiefer that said don't touch.
I understand you had a meeting with your men that afternoon.
I told the men that we had an informer among us.
What time is that meeting?
Right.
1600.
It's 4 o'clock.
Santiago's room. I wonder. Oh no, because they said that's right. Oh, he started bleeding immediately in that still right there on the bed because it faded to black for us pretty quickly.
Hey, Kendrick. May I call you John?
No, you may not.
Have I done something to offend you?
No, I like all you Navy boys. Every time we gotta go someplace to fight, you fellas always give us a ride.
Do you think Santiago was murdered?
Father Santiago is dead. That is a tragedy. But he is dead because he had no code. He is dead because he had no honor, and God was watching.
If you feel there are any details that I'm missing, you should feel free to speak up.
Thank you.
Now, at this point, you called Lieutenant Colonel Markinson and Lieutenant Kendrick into your office. Is that right?
Yes. We agreed that for his own safety, Santiago should be transferred off the base.
Liar!
On the first available flight to the States. 0600 the next morning. 5 hours too late, as it turned out.
Liar.
Thank you, sir.
Wait a minute, I've got some questions. You've ever heard the term Code Red?
There is nothing on this earth sexier than a woman that you have to salute in the morning. Promote them all, I say. If you haven't gotten a blowjob from a superior officer, well, you're just letting the best in life pass you by.
Colonel, the practice of Code Reds is still
My
considered on this
problem
base.
is I'm a colonel, so I have to go on taking cold showers until they elect some gal president. I run my unit how I run my unit. You want to investigate me, roll the dice and take your chances. I eat breakfast 300 yards from 4,000 Cubans who are trained to kill me, so don't think for 1 second that you can come down here and make me nervous.
Oof.
Colonel, I just need a copy of Santiago's transfer order. Or you guys have paperwork on that kind of thing. I just need it for the file.
For the file?
Yeah.
He knows he's lying?
You believe that, don't you, Danny? That I'm here to help you in any way I can?
Of course.
You can have all the transfer orders that you want. But you have to ask me nicely. I don't want medals. What I do want is for you to stand there in that white uniform and with your Harvard mouth extend me some courtesy.
Oh. Colonel Jessup, if it's not too much trouble, I'd like a copy of the transfer order, sir.
No problem.
Oh, he's just trying to just outrank and outpower and just assert his authority in the most assy way. And he's full of it. He's lying. There is no transfer order. There's nothing. They're gonna what? Dummy it up and fake it, or just delay, and he'll never get it, or they'll. Ugh.
Right field. We're gonna have a tie ball game. It's on its way, and it is now.
He's obsessed with baseball. And he's still got his old teeth. He hasn't fixed those yet.
What?
Colonel Markinson's gone UA. Unauthorized absence.
I know what it means. Joanne, you're coming dangerously close to the textbook definition of interfering with a government investigation.
I'm Loudon Downey's attorney. Aunt Ginny. She said she feels like she's known me for years.
Kendrick, go to code red.
Sir?
You heard what I said. Did Lieutenant Kendrick order you guys to give Santiago a code red?
Yes, sir.
There was a platoon meeting on September 6th at 4 in the afternoon. Lieutenant Kendrick says that he gave strict instructions that nothing was to happen to Santiago. Now, is this true?
No.
But then he dismissed the platoon and we all went to our rooms.
And what happened then?
Lieutenant Kendrick came to our room, ma'am.
When?
Midnight.
5 minutes after the meeting broke, sir. About 16:20. Lieutenant Kendrick ordered us to give Santiago a code red.
And that way he's not lying when he's on the stand saying,
How long have you known about the order?
I didn't. Who's this?
It's Joe Galloway. She's Downey's lawyer. She's very pleased to meet you.
Division will give me a lot of room on this one to spare Jessup and the Corps any embarrassment.
How much room?
I'll knock it all down to involuntary manslaughter, 2 years or home in 6 months.
No deal. We're going to court.
ooh.
No, you're not.
Why not?
Because you'll lose. See, Danny is an awfully talented lawyer, and he's not about to see his clients go to jail for life when he knows they could be home in 6 months.
Oh.
I'll see you tomorrow morning at the arraignment.
All right. Here's the story.
Washington Monument, 555 feet high.
You're home in 6 months.
Oh.
Wow, Kathy. You're the greatest lawyer in the world. Ooh, how can we ever thank you?
They don't want it. They want to go to trial.
We did nothing wrong, sir. We did our job, and if that has consequences, then I'll accept them. But I won't say that I'm guilty, sir.
Do it, Harold. 6 months. It's nothing. It's a hockey season.
Oh my gosh.
What do we do then, sir? After 6 months, we'll be dishonorably discharged, right, sir?
Yeah.
I believe I did my job, and I will not dishonor myself, my unit, or the Corps so that I can go home in 6 months, sir.
Oof. That just gave me chills.
We'd like to go in another holding room.
Ma'am.
It's gonna be okay.
He's gonna tell him about the corruption, and he's not gonna win.
Do you think we were right?
I think you'd lose.
You're such a coward. I can't believe they let you wear a uniform.
Ooh.
What happened to saluting an officer when he leaves the room? Open it up.
But then what about his code? It's like a little bit pick and choose.
Tomorrow morning, I get them a new attorney.
Why are you so afraid to be a lawyer? Were Daddy's expectations really that high?
Spare me the psychobabble father bullshit. Dawson and Downey will have their day in court, but they'll have it with another lawyer.
Go to court!
You know nothing about the law. You're a used car salesman, Daniel. You're an ambulance chaser with a rank.
1 minute she's like, they need you.
Live with that.
Unless she's just trying to reverse psychology him. But 1 minute she's like, they need you. You can win. You're the best. Blah, blah, blah. And then you're nothing. You're a car salesman.
You're going to spend the better part of a year going blind on paperwork because a 90-year-old man calls back 15 minutes later. He says, let's make a deal. Get 2 more.
Is that Sorkin getting a cameo? Saying his own words. The guy on the right, he's in something I know, and I don't know his name either. Is that I don't know. Kevin Bacon's hair behaves perfectly for that flat top military look.
All rise.
Don't ask for new counsel. Fight for them, Tom.
The accused are charged with murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and conduct unbecoming a United States Marine.
Does defense wish to enter a plea?
Not guilty.
They're not guilty.
Yeah!
Enter a plea of not guilty for the accused. We'll adjourn until 10:00, 3 weeks from today, at which time this general court-martial will reconvene.
Scary, though. Oh!
What does a lieutenant junior grade with 9 months experience and a track record for plea bargaining get assigned a murder case?
Because they knew you'd plea. Yeah.
Would it be so that it never sees the inside of a courtroom?
Yeah.
Work out of my apartment every night, 7 o'clock. With a carton of legal pads, half a dozen boxes of red pens, half a dozen boxes of black pens. Sam, get a couple of desk lamps. I need you to start on a preliminary medical profile. And Joe, we need all the proficiency and conduct reports on Dawson, Downey, and Santiago. The only thing I have to eat is Yoo-hoo and Cocoa Puffs, so if you want anything else, bring it with you. So this is what a courtroom looks like.
Very cool. Okay. So he is a great lawyer, just never asked to do it in there.
She said if Markinson doesn't want to be found, we're not gonna find him. She said I could be Markinson and you wouldn't know it.
Are you Markinson? I'm not Markinson. That's 2 down. What?
It's got a yoo-hoo.
You know, I'm just wondering if you still need me.
They were following orders, Sam.
An illegal order?
You think Dawson and Downey knew it was an illegal order?
Doesn't matter what they knew. Any decent human being would have refused.
They're not permitted to question orders.
Mm.
I need you. You're better at research than I am, and you know how to prepare a witness.
I've got medical reports and Chinese food. I say we eat first.
Stay. He'll stay.
I don't know what made Santiago die. I don't want to know. I just want to be able to show it could have been something other than poison. Joe, talk to doctors. Find out everything there is to know about lactic acidosis.
Captain Hill.
Sam, I want you to find out who else was in the
So they're saying it wasn't poison on the...
From now on, Willie is Private Santiago. You start calling him Willie, and all of a sudden he's a person who's got a mother who's going to miss him, okay? You do the court members this afternoon. 7 men, 2 women. Whatever happens, you have to look like it's exactly what you knew was going to happen. You pass me documents, do it swiftly, and
don't look over anxious.
Don't wear that perfume in court. Wrecks my concentration.
Really?
I was talking to Sam.
But for someone that doesn't go to court and please everybody out, he is, you know, full of all of the tips and...
You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
I'll see you in court, counselor.
The plan for court, you know, all of that behavioral stuff. He knows it all, just never had to use it.
We've had our differences. I said some things I didn't mean. You said some things you didn't mean. But you're happy that I stuck with the case. And if you've gained a certain respect for me over the last 3
She's just
weeks,
forgotten something.
we don't have to make a whole big deal out of it. You like me, I won't make you say it.
I was just going to tell you to wear matching socks tomorrow.
Okay, good tip.
We're ready.
Better believe it.
They're too confident. This is not going to be an easy win because they're too happy and they're like, we got this, we're good. Ah!
We're gonna get creamed.
Okay, there it is. Oh, man.
Lieutenant Cathy, you are going to save our son, aren't you?
I'll do my best.
Gonna try. No pressure.
I'd like you to meet Jenny Miller, Loudon's aunt.
Aunt Jenny.
Your Aunt Jenny?
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, I was expecting someone older.
So was I.
Last chance, I'll flip you for it.
All rise.
Too late.
Oh, man.
All those having business with this general court-martial, stand forward and you shall be heard. Colonel Julius Alexander Randolph is presiding.
Is the government prepared to make an opening statement?
Yes.
That hair.
They woke him up, tied his arms and legs with tape, and forced a rag into his throat. A few minutes later, a chemical reaction called lactic acidosis caused his lungs to begin bleeding.
Oh.
Now, Lieutenant Cathy is going to try a little misdirection. He's going to astonish you with stories of rituals and dazzle you with official-sounding terms. He might even try to cut into a few officers for you.
He's trying to jump out in front of it all.
But it's going to be entertaining. And when we get to the end...
But if you're a Marine assigned to Rifle Security Company Windward, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and you're given an order, you follow it or you pack your bags. Make no mistake about it. Harold Dawson and Loudon Downey are sitting before you today because they did their job.
Is the government ready to call its first witness?
Government calls Mr. R.C. McGuire.
Oh, man.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you will give this general court-martial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
His opening wasn't great. Kevin Bacon's was better.
Mr. McGuire, did your office receive a letter from a PFC William Santiago on 3 September of this year?
We did.
What did that letter say?
That a member of Private Santiago's unit had illegally fired his weapon over the fence line.
Was that Marine identified in the letter?
No. I notified the barracks CO, Colonel Jessup, that I would be coming down to investigate.
Jessup.
Mr. McGuire, I don't understand what you mean when you say there wasn't enough evidence to support such a charge. You had William Santiago's letter.
So?
I never had the chance to interview him, so I don't know what he saw.
And now we'll never know, will we, Mr. McGuire?
No.
No more questions.
Witnesses excused.
You can't keep crossing back and forth, can you?
Rifle Security Company, Windward, 2nd Platoon, Bravo.
Corporal, were you present at a meeting that Lieutenant Kendrick held on the afternoon of September 6th with the members of the 2nd Platoon?
Yes, sir.
Oh!
The substance of that meeting?
Lieutenant Kendrick told us we had an informer in our group, that Private Santiago...
Were the other members of the squad angry? Were Dawson and Downey?
Please, the court, is a government counsel honestly asking this witness to testify as to how my clients felt on September 6th?
Sustained.
Oh.
Corporal, did Lieutenant Kendrick leave a standing order?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What was it?
Well, it was clear that he didn't want us taking matters into our own hands, sir.
What was the order?
Sir, he said Santiago wasn't to be touched.
I had no idea Cuba Gooding Jr. was in this.
Corporal Hammaker, were you in Dawson and Downey's barracks room 5 minutes after this meeting?
No, sir.
Thanks. I have no more questions.
This is excused.
Succinct. That's all that matters. If he's saying he gave them new orders.
Stand Captain Ross is planning on calling all the other members of Rifle Security
What's the point?
The defense is willing to concede that all 22 witnesses will testify substantially as Corporal Hammaker did. If the government is willing to concede that none of them were in Dawson and Downey's room at 1620 on September 6th.
Yeah.
The government will stipulate.
Then we will adjourn for the day. You can call your next witness tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that was just gonna be some demonstrative, theatrical, 22 guys saying the same thing. They weren't there when he went back in and amended those orders. They're gonna have Kiefer Sutherland and stuff on the stand.
3 o'clock, Stone says he doesn't know what killed Santiago. Then he meets with Jessup, and at 5 o'clock he says it was poison. The doctor's not telling the truth.
Yeah.
That's a relief. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to use a liar, liar, pants on fire defense. Can't prove coercion. Let's go over what we have, okay?
What caused this process to be sped up in Santiago's muscle?
An ingested poison of some kind.
Your Honor, we object at this point. The witness is speculating.
Commander Stone is an expert medical witness.
Commander Stone is an internist, not a criminologist.
Point I'm confident you'll illustrate to the court members under cross-examination, so I'm sure you won't mind if his opinion is admitted now.
Dr. Stone, did Willie Santiago die of poisoning?
Absolutely.
Now, you're aware that the lab report and the coroner's report show no traces of poison.
Yes, I am.
Then how do you justify...
There are literally dozens of toxins which are virtually undetectable, both in the human body and on the fabric.
Oh.
Is it possible to have a serious coronary condition where the initial warning signals were so mild as to escape a physician during a routine medical exam?
Possibly. There would still be symptoms, though.
What kind of symptoms?
There are hundreds of...
Chest pains?
Yes.
Shortness of breath?
Yes.
Fatigue?
All of the stuff that he had and that's why he couldn't run from A to B.
This is an order for Private Santiago to be put on restricted duty. Would you read your handwritten remarks at the bottom of the page, please, sir?
Patient complains of chest pains, shortness of breath.
Fatigue.
Restricted from running distances over 5 miles for 1 week.
Commander, isn't it possible that Santiago had a serious coronary condition? It was that condition and not some mysterious poison that caused the accelerated chemical reaction.
Yes.
Private Santiago was given a clean bill of health.
That's why it had to be poison, right, Commander? Because Lord knows if you put a man with a serious coronary condition on duty with a clean bill of health and that man died from a heart-related incident, you'd have a lot to answer for, wouldn't you, Doctor?
Object. Move to strike.
Sustained.
I have no more questions, Your Honor.
Was Willie Santiago poisoned?
Your Honor, we renew our objection to Commander Stone's testimony and ask that it be stricken from the record. We further ask the court to instruct the court members to lend no weight to this witness's testimony.
The objection's overruled, counsel.
Your Honor, the defense strenuously objects and requests an 802 conference so that His Honor might have an opportunity to hear discussion before ruling on this objection.
The objection of the defense has been heard and overruled. Your objection is noted. The witness is an expert and the court will hear his opinion.
In your expert,
Well,
professional opinion, was Willie Santiago poisoned?
yes.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
By what? Some imaginary poison you can't even name.
You object once so they can hear us say he's not a criminologist. You keep after it the way you did, and suddenly our great cross looks like a bunch of fancy lawyer tricks. It's the difference between paper law and trial.
Take the night off. Go see your wife. See your daughter, Joe. Go do whatever it is you do when you're not here. What day is tomorrow?
Saturday.
Start at 10.
Why do you like them so much?
Because they stand on a wall and they say nothing's gonna hurt you tonight. Not on my watch.
Don't worry about the doctor. His trial starts Monday.
1-2 with 2 out.
Hmm.
Line drive to left center. Kirby racing. He won't get there.
She's coming over.
I'm sorry to bother you. I should have called first.
No, I was just watching the ball game. Come on.
How you'd feel about my taking you to dinner tonight?
Are you asking me out on a date?
No.
I've been asked out on dates before, and that's what it sounded like.
Do you like seafood? I know a good seafood place.
Okay.
I think you're an exceptional lawyer. I watch the court members. They respond to you. They like you. I see you convincing them, and I think Dawson and Downey are going to end up owing their lives to you.
Let's hope so.
Joe, I think you should prepare yourself for the fact that we're gonna lose. Ross's opening statement, it was all true. I mean, let's pretend for a minute that the guys were given an order. I can't prove it ever happened. We'll keep doing what we're doing, and we'll put on a show, but at the end of the day, all we have is a testimony of 2 people accused of murder.
Yeah, exactly.
Joe, we're gonna lose, and we're gonna lose huge.
Corporal Jeffrey Owen Barnes, Marine Barracks Windward, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
Noah.
We were doing 7-man assault drills, and my weapon slipped. That night, the guys in my squad took turns punching me in the arm, and then they poured glue on my hand. And it worked, too, because I ain't never dropped my weapon since.
I'll rephrase. Jeffrey, did you ever want to give Santiago a code red?
Yes, sir.
Why didn't you?
Because Dawson would kick my butt, sir.
Good enough.
So they're protecting him because he was sicker and weaker. And they knew that.
You familiar with this book?
Yes, sir.
Have you read it?
Yes, sir.
Good. Would you turn to the chapter that deals with code reds, please?
Sir?
Just flip to the page in the book that discusses code reds.
There isn't one.
Is there no book that lets me know that as a Marine, one of my duties is to perform code reds?
No, sir. No book, sir.
No further questions.
Corporal. Would you turn to the page in this book that says where the mess hall is, please?
Well, Lieutenant Caffrey, that's not in the book, sir.
He's so good.
You mean to say in all your time at Gitmo, you've never had a meal?
No, sir. 3 squares a day, sir.
I don't understand. How did you know where the mess hall was if it's not in this book?
Well, I guess I just followed the crowd at chow time, sir.
No more questions.
Good.
You may step down.
Thank you, sir.
Well, it ain't over till the fat lady sings.
Say that again.
It ain't over till the fat lady sings.
Walked into that one.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Left the door unlocked.
Oh.
Are you aware you're under subpoena?
Yes. Also aware that the lives of 2 Marines are in your hands. If there was something I could do about that, I would. But since I can't, all I can do is help you, Lieutenant.
Oh, he's a good guy.
Is it a code red?
Yes.
Did Kenner give the order?
Yes.
Did you witness it?
I didn't need
Did you witness it?
No.
Then how do you know?
I know.
Yeah, you know shit.
Because Jessup.
I'm going to get you a deal, some kind of immunity with the prosecutor. In about 4 days, you're going to appear as a witness for defense, and you're going to tell the court exactly what you did with me. Check you into a motel. We are going to start from the beginning.
He's gonna. Oh, I thought he was gonna kill himself. Oh my gosh.
Where is he?
Downtown Lodge in Northeast.
I want him guarded.
That's probably a good idea.
My clearance code is
He also said that. Clearance code?
411527273.
I don't have a clearance code. Do you have a clearance? Danny. Did you get what I said about the flight?
Yes. Sam, when a flight takes off, there's got to be some kind of record kept, right?
Yeah, you need the tower chief's log from Gitmo.
Get it.
We're gonna win.
Stop.
So we don't know who Markinson is. We don't know what the logbook's gonna say. You just concentrate on Downey. I'm gonna talk to Ross and tell him where we are.
Hey, Danny. Nice work today. Redirect on Barnes.
I have Markinson.
Where is he?
Motel room in Northeast with 6 federal marshals outside his door. Take a sip of your drink.
I'm your friend, and I'm telling you, I don't think your clients belong in jail, but I don't get to make that decision. I represent the government of the United States without passion or prejudice.
Now, I want you to acknowledge that the judge advocate has made you aware of the possible consequences involved in accusing a Marine officer of a felony without proper evidence.
He's gonna do it anyway.
You got bullied into that courtroom, Danny, by everyone. You got bullied into that courtroom by the memory of a dead lawyer.
You're a lousy softball player, Jack!
You boys are going down, Danny. Can't stop it anymore.
Uh-oh. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Come on.
I have 2 books at my bedside, Lieutenant. The Marine Corps Code of Conduct and the King James Bible. The only proper authorities I am aware of are my commanding officer, Colonel Nathan R. Jessup, and the Lord our God.
At your request, Lieutenant Kendrick, I can have the record reflect your lack of acknowledgement of this court as a proper authority.
Objection. Argumentative.
Sustained. Watch yourself, counselor.
But you did order the barracks restriction, didn't you? You did order the denial of food.
Yes, I did.
Wouldn't this form of discipline be considered a code red?
No.
If I called the other 478 Marines at Guantanamo Bay to testify, would they consider it a code red?
Yes.
The witness can't possibly testify as to what 478 other men would say. Now, we object to this entire line of questioning, argumentative.
The government's objection is sustained, Lieutenant Caffey, and I would remind you that you're now questioning a Marine officer with an impeccable service record.
Ugh.
Lance Corporal Dawson was given a below-average rating because he had committed a crime.
Crime? What crime did he commit?
The fence thing.
Because he made a decision about the welfare of a Marine that was in conflict with an order of yours, he was punished. Is that right?
Lance Corporal Dawson disobeyed an order.
Yeah, it wasn't a real order, was it?
Ah! The code red
Wasn't being
order.
asked to secure a hill or advance on a beachhead. I mean, surely a Marine.
He's got him.
Dawson's intelligence can be trusted to determine on his own which are the really important orders and which orders might, say, be morally questionable.
You follow them all.
Can he? Can Dawson determine on his own which orders he's going to follow?
No, he cannot.
Ha!
Lesson he learned after the Curtis Bell incident, am I right?
I would think so.
You know so, don't you, Lieutenant?
Object.
Sustained.
Lieutenant Kendrick, one final question.
Exactly.
If you had ordered Dawson to give Santiago a code red,
I specifically ordered those men.
is it reasonable to think he would have disobeyed you again?
Lieutenant, don't answer that.
You don't have to, I'm through.
Lieutenant Kendrick, did you order Lance Corporal Dawson and Private Downey to give Willie Santiago a code red? Lieutenant Kendrick, did you?
No, I did not.
Lying on the stand. Perjury.
What's the word?
Well,
But that was great.
You're not going to find anything in the Andrews logbook either.
He can make an entire flight disappear?
Nathan Jessup is about to be appointed Director of Operations for the National Security Council. You don't get to that position without knowing how to sidestep a few landmines. You don't still intend to put me on the stand?
Thursday morning, 10 o'clock.
He's gonna disappear. Or kill himself. Or Jessup will kill him first. Right?
you have any idea how many planes take off and land every day?
Well, how do you know, though, if you don't go and
Forget
check
the
this?
flight. Forget the flight. We'll put Markinson on the stand and we'll deal with Jessup's refusal to transfer Santiago.
I feel like Markinson's not getting on the stand.
That and Downey's testimony really ought to be enough.
Markinson.
I was ordered to give him a code red by the platoon commander of Rifle Security Company Windward, Lieutenant Jonathan James Kendrick.
You're gonna do fine.
You think they'll let us go back to our platoon soon, ma'am?
Absolutely.
Not.
Do you remember the order of the questions?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
And he'll use small words.
Yes.
Because he gets rattled when he doesn't understand something.
I'm gonna go slow.
Okay. And get him off as fast as you can.
Joanne!
What? It's gonna be fine.
I was William's executive officer. I knew your son vaguely, which is to say I knew his name. trial of the 2 men charged with your son's death will be concluded. 7 men and 2 women whom you've never met will try to offer you an explanation as to why William is dead. For my part, I've done as much as I can to bring the truth to light. And the truth is this.
He's not going to take the stand. He's not going to take the stand. He's not going to take the stand.
Always, Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Andrew Markinson, United States Marine Corps.
Private, I want you to tell us one last time.
Yo.
Why did you go to Private Santiago's room?
A code red was ordered by my platoon commander, Lieutenant Jonathan James Kendrick.
Thank you. Your witness.
But if he's gonna kill himself, why can't he at least do this part first and say it?
About 10, 15 minutes, sir.
You ever had to walk it?
Yes, sir, that day, sir. Friday. The private got a flat, sir, right at 39. He pulled up and bam, blowout with no spare.
And if it's about 10 or 15 minutes by Jeep, I'm guessing it must be a good hour by foot.
They're saying they couldn't have had the second meeting at 4:20.
Not bad. Now, you've said that your assault on Private Santiago was a result of an order that Lieutenant Kendrick gave you in your barracks room
At 4:20.
1620, am I right?
Yes, sir.
You just said that you didn't make it back to the Windward Barracks until 1645. How could you be in your room at 1620?
There was a blowout.
Private, did you ever actually hear Lieutenant Kendrick order a code red? Did you ever actually hear...
He wasn't there?
A code red?
No, sir.
Please, the court, I'd like to request a recess in order to confer with my client.
The question will be repeated.
Why
Your
did you go
Honor.
to Santiago's room?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Don't look at him!
How?
Private, answer the captain's question!
Because he told him to.
Yes, Captain. I was given an order by my squad leader, Lance Corporal Harold W. Dawson, United States Marine Corps, and I followed it.
He only gave it to Dawson.
Where do you think he is? Look, it doesn't matter that he didn't hear it firsthand. He doesn't distinguish between the two.
He knows he's dead, the other guy.
Sam and I were just talking about how all we really have to do is call some witnesses who will talk about implied orders, or maybe we put Downey back on the stand before we get to Dawson.
Maybe if we work at it, we could get Dawson charged with the Kennedy assassination.
Are you drunk?
Pretty much. Yeah.
I'll put on a pot of coffee. We've got a long night's work ahead.
She's gonna make coffee. That's nice. Downey wasn't in his room. Wasn't even there.
Ugh.
That was an important piece of information, don't you think?
Danny, it was a setback, and I'm sorry. But we fix it and move on to Markinson.
He's dead.
Listen for a second.
No.
Just hear me
No,
out.
I won't listen and I won't hear you out. Slout Downey needed a trial lawyer today.
Chicken shit. Why did you ask Jessup for the transfer order?
What?
In Cuba, why did you ask Jessup for the transfer
What does
order?
it matter?
Why?
I wanted the damn transfer order.
Bullshit.
You knew he was lying.
He told Kendrick to order the code red.
He did? That's great. Why didn't you say so? And of course, you have proof of that. Time's run out. What do we have for the losers, Judge? Well, for our defendants, it's a lifetime at exotic Fort Leavenworth. For defense counsel Kathy, that's right, it's a court-martial after falsely accusing a highly decorated Marine officer of conspiracy and perjury. Thank you for playing, should we or should we not follow the advice of the galactically stupid?
I'm sorry I lost your set of steak knives.
There's literally no proof of any of it. Jessup told Kendrick, Kendrick told them. I mean, there's no proof. Oh man, but we know he's coming. We know that Jessup's getting on the stand because of the only line I know.
Is your father proud of you?
Don't do this to yourself.
I'll bet he is. I'll bet he bores the shit out of the neighbors and the relatives. I think my father would have enjoyed seeing me graduate from law school. He would have liked that an awful lot.
I ever tell you I wrote a paper about your father in college? One of the best trial lawyers out.
Yes. He was.
If I were Dawson and Downey, and I had a choice between you or your father to represent me in this case.
Aww.
You any day of the week and twice on Sunday. You should have seen yourself thunder away at Kendrick.
Did you put Jessup on the stand?
No.
Oh.
You think my father would?
The evidence we got? Not in a million years.
Then he's gonna.
Here's the thing. There's really no way of getting around this. Neither Lionel Caffey nor Sam Weinberg are lead counsel for the defense in the matter of U.S. versus Dawson and Dale. So there's really only one question. What would you do?
Joanne! No, Joanne, please get in the car. Joanne!
He's drunk and driving down the street.
Sorry about what I said. I'm gonna put Jessup on the stand.
Come to think of it, it's not a huge part for Jack Nicholson. A big part, importance-wise, but not. He hasn't been in this whole thing.
It's a transfer order without a witness.
We have a witness.
A dead witness.
In the hands of a lesser attorney, that'd be a problem.
Oh, look at this. Last night he's... Now you think you can get him to just say it?
I think he wants to say it. He eats breakfast 300 yards away from 4,000 Cubans that are trained to kill him.
That was good.
White uniform to shake him, put him on the defensive, and lead him right where he's dying to go.
That's it? That's the plan?
That's the plan.
And it's gonna work. Come on.
I need my bat. I think better with my bat. Where's my bat?
I put it in the closet.
You put it in the closet?
I was tripping on it.
Don't ever put that bat in the closet.
I can understand that.
He's gonna say something.
Stay here. I'm going to the office for a while.
He does think better with that bat.
What did he see with the shirts and the colors?
Hello. Sam, I need you to do something for me.
What?
I go out to Andrews.
The landing airport. Oh. Maybe because it prints out in that green and white and it reminded him of that like tan and white, and they've just like redacted, I don't know, like one of the colors, and it was easy to do because of that. But maybe Andrews, that airport, didn't agree.
Where's Sam?
He's on his way.
Did he get the guys?
Yeah. Listen, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
How are you feeling?
Well, I think Jessup's gonna have his hands full today.
Listen, Danny.
What?
When you're out there today, if you feel like it's not gonna happen, you feel like he's not gonna say it, don't go for it. You could get in trouble.
Oh. Why, Lieutenant Commander Galloway, you're not suggesting that I back off a material witness.
If you think you can't get him, yeah.
All right.
That's right. He gets in huge trouble if he falsely accuses. Oh, man.
Call your first witness.
Where is he?
He'll be here, don't worry.
Lieutenant, call your witness.
Is Jessup the only one?
Defense calls Colonel Nathan Jessup.
I'm scared already. And I'm not in that room.
Colonel Jessup, would you raise your right hand, please, sir? Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you will give in this general court-martial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
And so did Kendrick, and he lied.
At present, Colonel Markinson is dead. Is that right?
Objection. I'd like to know just what the defense counsel is implying.
I'm implying simply that at present, Colonel Markinson is not alive. I just wasn't sure if the witness is aware that 2 days ago the colonel took his own life with a .45 caliber pistol.
The witness is aware.
Yes.
We thank you for bringing this to our attention. Move on, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir. Colonel, at the time of this meeting, you gave Lieutenant Kendrick an order. Is that right?
I told Kendrick to tell his men that Santiago wasn't to be touched.
And did you give an order to Colonel Markinson?
I ordered Markinson to have Santiago transferred off the base immediately.
Why?
I felt his life might be in danger.
It's just to see their uniform color. I don't even think they have to say anything. I think it's just because that uniform from that airport, from that base.
Did you wear that uniform on the plane?
I wore utilities on the plane.
You brought your dress uniform with you. Toothbrush, change of underwear.
Your Honor!
Is the colonel's underwear a matter of national security?
Gentlemen, you better get somewhere fast with this, Lieutenant.
Oh my gosh.
I brought a change of clothes and some personal items.
4 pairs green socks, 3 OD green T-shirts,
Please,
2
the court,
belts.
is there a question anywhere in our future?
I'm wondering why Santiago wasn't packed. Tell you what, we'll get back to that one in a minute.
This is a record of all telephone calls made.
Ah!
Do you recognize those numbers, sir?
I called Colonel Fitzhughes in Quantico and let him know that I would be in town. The second call was to arrange a meeting with Congressman Richmond of the House Armed Services.
He wasn't packed for a 6 a.m. flight.
Upon hearing the news that he was finally getting his transfer, Santiago was so excited that do you know how many people he called? 0. Nobody. Not one call to his parents saying he was coming home. Not one call to a friend saying, can you pick me up at the airport? He was asleep in his bed at midnight.
Unpacked.
You were leaving for one day. You packed a bag and made 3 phone calls. Santiago was leaving for the rest of his life. And he hadn't called a soul.
We're back to thing.
And he hadn't packed a thing. Can you explain that? The fact is, there was no transfer order. Santiago wasn't going anywhere. Isn't that right, Colonel?
Objection, Your Honor. It's obvious that Lieutenant Caffey's intention was to smear a high-ranking...
Oh, that was so good.
Now, it's my recommendation, sir, that Lieutenant Caffey be reprimanded for his conduct and the witness be excused with the court's deepest apologies.
No, don't do it.
Overruled.
Your Honor.
The objection is noted.
It's just funny, sir.
Oh, man, that was good.
I'm an educated man, but I'm afraid I can't speak intelligently about the travel habits of William Santiago. What I do know is that he was set to leave the base at 0600. Now, are these really the questions that I was called here to answer? Phone calls and footlockers? Please tell me that you have something more, Lieutenant. 2 Marines are on trial for their lives. Please tell me that their lawyer hasn't pinned their hopes to a phone bill. Do you have any other questions for me, Counselor?
Oof, he's so calm. Use them, use them.
Lieutenant Caffey.
They're saying he's too calm and collected, that he's not going to get it. Don't do it. He's going to do it! He doesn't even look like Tom Cruise there.
Thanks, Danny. I love Washington.
I didn't dismiss you.
Beg your pardon?
I'm not through with my examination. Sit down.
Colonel.
What's that?
I'd appreciate if he would address me as Colonel or Sir. I believe I've earned it.
Defense counsel will address the witness as Colonel
Oh
or
my God,
Sir.
he's so nervous.
And the witness will address this court as Judge or Your Honor. I'm quite certain I've earned it. Take your seat, Colonel.
Here goes nothing.
Defense will be calling Airman Cecil O'Malley and Airman Anthony Rodriguez. They were working the ground crew at Andrews at 2 a.m. on the 7th.
These men weren't on the list.
Rebuttal witnesses, Your Honor, are called specifically to refute testimony offered under direct examination.
I'll allow the witnesses.
Colonel, a moment ago...
Check the tower logs, for Christ's sake.
Well, we'll get to the airmen in just a minute, sir. A moment ago, you said that you ordered Lieutenant...
They're not even really gonna be...
Any chance Lieutenant Kendrick ignored the order?
No.
When Lieutenant Kendrick spoke to the platoon and ordered them not to touch Santiago, any chance they ignored him?
We follow orders or people die.
If you gave an order, and your orders are always followed, then why would Santiago be in danger? Why would it be necessary to transfer him off the base?
Santiago was a substandard Marine.
You said he was in danger. I said grave danger. You said, is there any
recall what I
I
said.
can have the court reporter read back.
I know what I said.
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes men take matters into their own hands.
No, your men never take matters in their own hands. Your men follow orders or people die. So Santiago shouldn't have been in any danger at all, should he have?
You snotty little bastard.
Your Honor, I'd like to ask for a recess.
I'd like an answer to the question, Judge.
The court will wait for an answer.
You doctored the logbook.
Damn it, Caffey!
You coerced the doctor.
Consider yourself in contempt.
Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red?
You don't have to answer that question.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth. Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's gonna do it? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? We use words like honor, code, loyalty as the backbone of a life spent defending something. You use them as a punchline. Either way, I don't give a damn what you think you are entitled to.
Order the code red.
I did the job.
Did you order the code red?
You're goddamn right I did!
Please, the court. I suggest the members be dismissed so that we can move to an immediate Article 39A session. The witness has rights.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Jack?
The members of the court will retire to an anteroom until further instructed.
Oh, that was so intense.
Colonel, what's going on? I did my job. I do it again. I get on a plane and go on back to my base.
You're not going anywhere, Colonel. MPs, guard the Colonel.
Yes, sir. I'm being charged with a crime? I'm gonna rip the eyes out of your head and piss at your dead skull! You with the wrong Marine! Sweet dreams, son.
Don't call me son. I'm a lawyer and an officer in the United States Navy. And you're under arrest, you son of a bitch.
Ugh. That was a lot.
All rise.
Oh my gosh.
Have the members reached a verdict?
We have, sir.
Lance Corporal Dawson, Private First Class Downey. Charge of murder, members find the accused not guilty. The charge of conspiracy to commit murder, members find the accused not guilty.
Maybe they'll get guilty for the behavior unbecoming to a Marine.
Conduct unbecoming a United States Marine.
Maybe that one guilty.
Members find the accused guilty as charged. The accused are hereby sentenced to time already served, and you are ordered to be dishonorably discharged.
Colonel Jessup said he ordered the code red. What did we do wrong?
You were supposed to fight for people who couldn't fight for themselves. You were supposed to fight for Willie.
Kathy, I have to take these men over to personnel for some paperwork.
I get it. That the code reds themselves are his behavior unbecoming to a Marine, but they were following orders.
You don't need to wear a patch in your arm to have honor. 10 hut! There's an officer on deck.
Chairman Cecil O'Malley and Anthony Rodriguez, what exactly were these guys going to testify to?
Nothing.
Going to testify under oath that they had absolutely no recollection.
I'll see you around campus. I gotta go arrest Kendrick. Tell him I say hi. Will do.
Because they're actually friends. They just had to do their jobs. I knew the Air Force, the other airport guys, the other base were not going to have anything of value. It was just about them being there. Oh, man. It was great. Yeah, JT Walsh was Markinson that I recognized him, but I couldn't picture from what. Oh my goodness, that was awesome. It's sad though. I guess there wasn't gonna be, a completely happy ending of not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, and then they just get to stay in the, in the military and go back to their platoon and whatever. I guess that was more realistic, but it was just sad that those two, especially Dawson, just so badly just wanted to live by that honor and be that Marine. And it was sad that now, because that was the whole fear about taking the plea. When he was like, 6 months, it's not about that, but then what? Then we get discharged. And they just didn't want that. He wanted to serve, but like he said, you don't have to have a patch on your arm to have honor, and it was just really great, and it wasn't too, yay, they won it all. It was grounded, it was real. Bacon and Tom Cruise are great at the end. It was awesome. That was so great. And Jack Nicholson, small role, huge role in gravitas, but small role screen time wise, and that speech was everything. He was that scene at the end with him was just chef's kiss, amazing. So thank you so much for watching A Few Good Men with me. My name is Coby. You've been watching with me here on Criminal Content, and I will see you next time. Bye.